Morning sunlight streamed through the dense jungle canopy as two kings, KingKong and Scarface the lion, walked side by side, their steps filled with powerful determination. Behind them, an incredible sight unfolded. Monkeys, lions, and elephants gathered as one united force, their numbers stretching as far as the eye could see. Deep in the valley, a monstrous dinosaur snarled with aggression, confident in his power to dominate this jungle. But he was wrong. Today, the jungle was no longer divided. It stood united under two mighty kings. KingKong slammed his foot onto the ground, and a thunderous vibration shot across the cliffs. Beside him, Scarface let out a deep, rumbling growl, a clear signal that this fight was not the dinosaur's to win. Unimpressed, the dinosaur charged forward with a heavy, intimidating roar, expecting the animals to scatter in fear. Instead, every single creature roared back in perfect, deafening unison. The very air around them shook with the sound of their collective defiance. For the first time, a flicker of fear appeared in the dinosaur's cold eyes as he stared at the entire jungle standing together against him. Kong took a deliberate step closer, locking eyes with the dinosaur, his gaze filled with fierce, unwavering authority. Behind him, the elephants moved into position, their massive bodies forming a living wall that blocked the main paths of the valley. The lions spread out, creating a tight, inescapable circle around the dinosaur's potential escape routes. The intruder roared again, but this time the fear in his voice betrayed his crumbling confidence. Scarface stepped to Kong's side, his magnificent mane glowing in the sunlight like a crown of fire. As a final warning, Kong beat his chest, the rhythmic drumming echoing like a war cry across the forest. The dinosaur, growing desperate, swung its massive tail, smashing fallen trees into splinters, but the alliance did not move an inch. The elephants trumpeted, loudly, their calls shaking the forest floor with their immense strength, while birds circled high above, screaming warnings to the rest of the jungle. The dinosaur finally paused, the horrifying reality sinking in. He was hopelessly, completely outnumbered. Kong leaned forward, his voice a low, menacing growl. "This jungle is our home. You don't belong here." Scarface added his own deep roar. "Go back to your territory. This land is protected." The dinosaur stumbled back a step, shocked that anyone would dare to challenge him. In response, the lions roared together, their voices bouncing off the rocky cliffs in a terrifying echo. From the treetops, monkeys began throwing stones, a small but powerful reminder of the strength of their unity. The dinosaur looked around wildly at the circle, closing in, and finally understood. There was no chance of victory. Kong took one final, imposing step forward, towering like a mountain over the defeated intruder. Scarface's pride moved in closer, their bodies low to the ground, ready to strike at a moment's notice. With a frustrated guttural roar, the dinosaur acknowledged his defeat. He turned away slowly, the ground shaking beneath his heavy, retreating steps. The wall of elephants parted just enough to give him one single path to escape. Kong and Scarface watched silently as the dinosaur walked backward toward the edge of the jungle. With every step the dinosaur took, the alliance growled in warning, a constant reminder of their power. When he reached the forest boundary, he stopped and looked back one last time. In that moment, Kong raised his arm high and let out a deafening, soul-shaking roar of final, absolute command to leave. Scarface roared beside him, reinforcing the message. "Leave now, or face the united wrath of the jungle." The dinosaur flinched, then turned and sprinted out of the jungle with fear-driven speed, shaking the trees as he disappeared into the distant mountains. The jungle slowly fell quiet, the echo of his footsteps fading away into silence. The birds returned to their branches, monkeys chattered and cheered, and the elephants lifted their trunks high in a gesture of victory. Scarface looked at Kong with profound respect. Their unity had saved every creature's home. Kong nodded back, a silent acknowledgement that together they were truly unstoppable. The animals gathered around them, a wave of celebration and relief washing over the valley. Even the wind seemed to carry a whisper of peace through the leaves. The valley that had trembled with fear now shone brightly under the warm sun of victory. Kong climbed the tallest rock, overlooking his kingdom, and roared triumphantly across the mountains. Scarface and his pride joined in, their combined roars shaking the very sky. From that moment on, every creature in the jungle knew its true strength. It wasn't in claws or teeth, but in unity. No beast, not even a dinosaur, could ever again break the sacred bond between ape and lion. Peace returned, stronger and more resilient than before, protected by two kings standing as one. A new era had begun, an era when no enemy could ever stand against a united roar. Thanks for watching. If you loved this story of unity and power, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more epitales. See you in the next video.